Hi. I was supposed to make a video yesterday, but I chickened out because I'm camera shy. But I'm feeling more confident today because I'm wearing my Abe Lincoln shirt. Say hi to Abe Lincoln.
Hi, I'm Abe Lincoln. I'm the 16th president. I signed the Emancipation Proclamation to free the slaves.
Thanks, Abe Lincoln. Well, it's not what the video is about. What the video was supposed to be about yesterday was not necessarily what I'm going through right now, but stuff that I've kind of learned from it. And I was thinking it might kind of help some of you folks out if you're going through the same kind of struggle. I was going to start off with a story that my sister actually told me. She probably doesn't realize that it affected me the way it did, but I think she learned it in school and she told me when I was going through something. But anyway, the way the story goes is once upon a time, not really, but there was a farmer, and he lived on a farm. Wow, this video is terrible. Okay, so we lived on a farm, right? Farmer lives on a farm, makes sense. So one day, the farmer's horse runs away, and he goes to his neighbor, and he goes, "Oh, you know, my horse ran away. I had a really bad day." And then the neighbor goes, "Well, that sucks, but you don't know what's good or bad." And then the farmer's like, "Whatever." So next day, the farmer comes back, or the horse comes back to the farmer, and he brings a bunch of horses with him. Like, he returns with a bunch of horses, and the farmer's all excited or whatever, and he like tells his neighbor, "Oh yeah, he brought a bunch of horses with me, or with him, and having a really good day. Everything's going great." And the farmer goes, "Well, it's good, but you don't know what's good or bad." So the next day, the farmer's son, he tries to ride one of the horses, tries to break him or whatever, try to tame him, and I guess he gets thrown off and he breaks his arm. So then farmer goes and tells the neighbor, "Oh yeah, you know, today was a bad day. My son got thrown off the horse and he broke his arm." And the neighbor goes, "Well, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, but you don't know what's good or bad." And then the next day, the military comes through and they try to draft the son away to the military, but they can't because he has a broken arm or whatever. So something like that. I'm probably butchering the story, but whatever. Point is, I kind of apply that in the situation I'm in now. Is you don't know what's good or bad. You don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow, or how the stuff that happens today is going to affect tomorrow. So if you're going through a struggle right now, it might seem hard, it might be really frustrating because you might not have control over everything, but just keep in mind you don't know how it's going to affect tomorrow, and you might be thankful for the things that are happening bad right now because you don't know what's good or bad. So I think it's a good way to kind of just fix your attitude a little bit. You don't always have control over what happens in your life, but you can control how you react to it, and I think that says more about you than what actually happens to you. I think you are not your past, and you are not defined by your circumstances. I think who you are is more based on, I think you're the accumulation of the choices that you decide to make in response to the things that happen to you, if that makes sense. So I kind of came up with a little quote the other day, and it goes, "You can't always control what time you have to be at work, but you can control what time you go to bed." So the amount of sleep you get is not based on your circumstances, but the decisions you choose to make in response to your responsibility. So I don't know, I think it's kind of good for your attitude, especially when you're trying to go through something that you don't really have a lot of control of or over. I think it's also good to kind of keep in mind, or at least this is what I think. I mean, not everybody believes in God and stuff, but what I believe is that things don't always work out the way you want them to, but it always works out the way they're supposed to. And I think sometimes you don't always get what you want, but you get what you're supposed to have or what you need. And sometimes you get lucky and you get what you want, but if it's what you need. But I think what happens is you got to be patient, and sometimes you get what you want later on, or you might not get what you want at all, but you get something better in the future because you were patient, you waited. So point is, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what's good or bad, so just try to keep a good attitude, and just keep in mind that things can always work out. You just gotta be patient and hope for the best. And yeah, so I'm running out of time. This is supposed to be like a 2-minute video, but it's like 5 minutes already. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out, and I'll try to make more videos, but depends on how well this one goes. This one kind of sucks, but I'll see what I can do. But thanks. Have a good day. Good luck with your struggles.